Welcome to Accent Podcast. I'm truly happy you're here. Whether you're walking, studying, or relaxing, this episode might change the way you learn forever. Have you ever felt stuck while learning something new? Like you're trying your best, but the progress is slow? You're not alone. But here's the good news. There are proven ways to learn faster. Today, we'll uncover how to train your brain to absorb knowledge quicker, smarter, and deeper. Let's begin this journey. Not just to learn more, but to become a lifelong learner with confidence and joy. Part 1. The secret inside your brain that changes everything. Let me ask you something simple. Do you think you know how your brain actually learns? If your answer is, I'm not sure, don't worry. You're about to find out something that might completely shift the way you learn anything for the rest of your life. Let's unlock the first and most powerful truth. Your brain was born to learn, but not the way you think. Your brain isn't a filing cabinet. It's not about stacking facts on top of each other. It's a living network, full of fire, electricity, and endless change. Right now, even as you listen, your brain is changing. New connections are forming. This is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to grow and reshape itself. Every time you learn something new, your brain builds a tiny bridge between two neurons, then another, and another, like building roads between cities. Eventually, information travels faster, smoother, and deeper. You weren't born to memorize. You were born to connect, create, and grow. The key to faster learning? Making meaning, not just memorizing. Have you ever read something 10 times and still couldn't remember it? That's because you didn't make it meaningful to your brain. Your brain doesn't learn by force. It learns by interest, pattern, and purpose. Let's try an example. Say you're learning the word gratitude. You could memorize the definition. Write it 10 times. Say it aloud. Or you could remember how it felt last week when someone helped you. That warm feeling. That smile. Now you link the word gratitude with a real emotion. Guess what? Your brain says, yes, this is important, I'll keep it. Learning becomes sticky when you connect it to something real. Emotions supercharge your memory. Use them. Why do we remember how we felt during our first heartbreak or a great victory, but forget what we studied for a test last week? Because emotion is the glue of memory. When you feel deeply, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and adrenaline. These boost focus and memory retention. This is why learning with stories, jokes, music, or drama works so well, because it stirs something inside you. Try it. Smile while studying. Laugh with a friend while practicing new words. Feel something, even if it's just curiosity. The more emotion you bring to learning, the longer it stays with you. Watching and reading aren't enough. You must engage. Imagine watching someone swim. Now imagine jumping into the water yourself. Which one actually teaches you how to swim? That's the difference between passive learning and active learning. Many people read books, watch videos, or listen to podcasts, but never pause to ask, what did I just learn? Or how can I use this? You want to learn faster? Then get your brain involved. Teach someone else. Summarize what you just heard. Draw it, speak it, use it. Learning is not a spectator sport. It's full contact. The more senses you involve, the deeper the knowledge goes. Learning is a loop, not a straight line. If you feel like you keep forgetting what you learned, relax. That's normal. That's natural. That's how your brain works. Learning isn't like climbing stairs. It's more like riding a bicycle in circles. But each circle takes you a little higher. You don't master something the first time. You revisit it. Again and again. And each time it makes more sense. This is called the forgetting curve. And the solution is simple. Repetition over time. The more often you come back, the stronger the memory gets. Like carving a deeper path in the forest. Eventually, it becomes a road. So don't worry if you forget. Come back to it. Your brain loves reminders. Your brain learns while you sleep. Don't skip it. Many people study hard but sleep little. That's like planting seeds and never watering them. Here's a secret. Sleep is when your brain locks in what you've learned. During deep sleep, your brain organizes new information, strengthens connections, clears out distractions. If you skip sleep, you slow down memory, attention, and problem solving. Want to learn faster? Make 7 to 9 hours of good sleep part of your study plan. Also, move your body. Walk, breathe, stretch. Physical activity boosts brain function. And feed your brain well. Water, lots. Nuts and fish, for healthy fats. Fruits and vegetables, for antioxidants. Protein, for building brain chemicals. Learning isn't just about what you do. It's about how you live. Turn learning into play, and it becomes effortless. Do you remember playing games as a child and losing track of time? What if I told you learning can feel the same? That's right. When learning becomes play, it becomes joyful and you want to do more. Try this. Use apps that gamify vocabulary. Give yourself mini challenges. Compete with a friend. Reward yourself after a focused session. Your brain loves goals, rewards, and challenges. So give it something to chase, and learning becomes natural. You don't have to force it. You just have to make it fun. Stay curious, and you'll never be bored again. Children ask 100 questions a day. Why? Because they learn through wonder. As we grow up, we stop asking. We stop being amazed. But the fastest learners stay curious, no matter their age. Next time you study something, ask, why does this matter? How can I use this in real life? What happens if I do this differently? Curiosity is like fuel. It gives your brain energy to stay focused and alert. And where there is curiosity, there is speed, there is joy, there is mastery. What you believe about learning becomes your truth. One of the most powerful things I can tell you is this. Your beliefs about learning shape your results. If you think, I'm too old to learn, I'm not smart enough, this is too hard, your brain listens. It slows down, it closes up. But if you believe, I can improve, mistakes help me grow, every step forward counts, then you open the door. You give your brain permission to work better. Your thoughts become your speed. Your mindset becomes your memory. Your belief becomes your ability. You've just taken the first step to learning anything faster. Right now, you've started the journey. You've learned the most important truth. Learning faster isn't about being lucky or gifted. It's about knowing how your brain works and using that power with purpose. From this point forward, every new thing you learn can be faster, easier, and more fun. You're no longer a passive learner. You're an active brain builder, a creator of your own future. So take this knowledge and let it grow. Because in part 2, we'll dive into the tools, techniques, and strategies that turn knowledge into action and make you unstoppable. Part 2. Don't just read it. Live it. The power of active learning. Let's begin this part with a simple truth. You don't learn by reading. You don't learn by listening. You learn by doing. Think about the last time you tried to cook a new recipe. Reading it once wasn't enough, right? You had to chop, stir, taste, and maybe even fail a little. That's active learning. If you want to learn anything faster, you must stop being a passenger and become the driver of your learning journey. Let's break down how to do that. Why passive learning slows you down. Most learners sit back. They watch videos. They take notes. They highlight books. Then they wonder, why didn't I remember anything? Because the brain doesn't grow by watching. It grows by engaging. Imagine learning to swim. Would you feel ready by just watching YouTube tutorials? Of course not. You need to get in the water. That's what active learning is. It means you interact with the material. You test yourself. You make mistakes. You teach it. You use what you learn. The more you do this, the faster your brain connects the dots, the deeper your understanding becomes, and the longer the knowledge stays with you. Test it, don't just review it. Here's a big mistake. Reading something 10 times feels good, but it's a trap. Your brain gets tricked. You think, I know this, but when the test comes, your mind goes blank. The solution? Test yourself, always. Use flashcards. Quiz yourself after each chapter. Close the book and try to explain what you just read. This is called retrieval practice, and studies show it's one of the most powerful ways to strengthen memory. Each time you force your brain to recall something, it tells your brain, this is important, keep it. Explain it like you're teaching a child. This is one of the smartest tricks in the world of learning. It's called the Feynman technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. Here's how it works. Choose a concept you want to learn. Explain it in your own words, as if you were teaching a 6-year-old. Identify gaps in your understanding. Go back, review, and simplify again. Why is this so powerful? Because teaching reveals the truth. If you can't explain it simply, you probably don't understand it well enough yet. This technique forces your brain to simplify, organize, connect information. And once you teach something, you never forget it. Break big ideas into tiny pieces. Sometimes we try to learn too much at once. One big block of text, a whole course in a week. a huge chapter in one sitting. It overwhelms the brain, and overwhelmed brains shut down. Instead, use the chunking method. Break information into small, manageable parts. For example, instead of trying to memorize 20 new words, split them into 5 verbs, 5 adjectives, 5 nouns, 5 phrases. Then connect each group to a real-life situation. Your brain loves structure, and when you chunk information, you create that structure. Turn words into pictures. Visual learning is one of the most powerful tools we have. Why? Because the brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text, and it remembers pictures better than words. So next time you learn something abstract, turn it into an image. Draw a simple diagram. Use a mind map. Imagine a silly scene involving the concept. Let's say you're learning about photosynthesis. Don't just memorize the steps. Imagine a plant sunbathing, eating light, drinking water, and breathing out oxygen. The sillier the image, the better you'll remember it. This is called the method of loci, an ancient memory technique used by Greek philosophers, and it still works today. Speak it out loud, even if you're alone. Have you ever noticed how ideas feel clearer when you say them aloud? That's because speaking activates more of your brain. When you read silently, only part of your brain is engaged. When you speak, you use your voice, your hearing, your emotion, your body language. It becomes real. So if you're learning a language, don't just read it. Say it. Sing it. Record yourself. Shadow native speakers. Even talking to a wall helps. Because when you speak, you make learning physical and active. Repeat it with space, not all at once. Here's another trick used by top learners. Spaced repetition. Instead of cramming everything in one day, you space out your reviews. Day 1, learn it. Day 2, review. Day 4, review again. Day 7, quick recap. Day 14, one final test. Each review tells your brain, this matters, keep it longer. Apps like Anki or Quizlet do this automatically, but you can do it with a simple notebook or calendar. The key is, don't let your brain forget, but don't overwhelm it either. Spaced learning respects your brain's rhythm. And when you respect the rhythm, you accelerate the speed. Turn learning into a challenge. Have you ever felt sleepy while studying? Bored? Distracted? That's a sign your brain is not excited. One solution? Turn learning into a game. Here's how. Set a timer for 25 minutes, Pomodoro technique. Try to beat the clock. Give yourself points for each task completed. Use apps that reward progress. Set mini challenges. Can I explain this without notes? Even silly rewards help. If I finish this chapter, I get a coffee. If I memorize these 10 words, I watch 10 minutes of my favorite show. Games turn boring tasks into exciting missions, and your brain loves missions. Learn with others, even just one person. Learning alone can be slow, but learning with someone multiplies the speed. Find a study buddy, join a community, start a small group, or just talk to a friend about what you've learned. When you share, you learn to explain, hear new perspectives, stay motivated, feel supported. Even online forums or voice chats work. Learning is more fun when you're not alone, and fun equals faster. Let curiosity be your compass, not pressure. One of the best parts of active learning is that it lets you follow your curiosity. You're no longer stuck in a boring textbook. You become the explorer. Ask yourself, what do I really want to know about this topic? How can I use this in my real life? What would happen if I did it differently? Let your questions lead you. Curiosity turns passive learning into an adventure, and every adventure teaches you more than a classroom ever could. Final thought. Practice doesn't make perfect. It makes permanent. Let's wrap this up with a powerful reminder. Practice isn't about getting it perfect. It's about making it stick. You won't always get the right answer. You'll make mistakes. You'll forget and relearn. But every time you practice actively, you build a deeper path in your brain. You train your focus. You grow your confidence, and you take control of your learning journey. So next time you sit down to study, don't just read. Don't just watch. Do, try, speak, teach. Because the moment you turn learning into action is the moment you start learning faster than ever before. Part 3. Repetition isn't boring. It's how you master anything. Let me start with a confession. For years, I thought repetition was boring, pointless, a waste of time. I wanted to learn fast, so I rushed. One topic, one read, move on. Guess what? I forgot almost everything. Then I learned something powerful. Repetition isn't the enemy of speed. It's the secret to long-term memory. Let's explore why repeating things in the right way, at the right time, can help you learn faster than you ever imagined. Why repetition works better than you think. Your brain is not a hard drive. You can't just download information and expect it to stay. The brain is more like a garden. You plant an idea, and if you don't water it, it dies. Repetition is the watering can. Every time you review something, you tell your brain, hey, this matters, keep it alive. Without repetition, even strong memories fade. This is called the forgetting curve, a powerful psychological discovery by Hermann Ebbinghaus in the 1800s. He found that after one day, you forget over 50% of what you learn. After 1 week, it drops to almost 80%. After 1 month, you may remember less than 10%, unless you review it again and again, spaced out over time. Your brain needs reminders to remember. Imagine you meet someone new at a party. They tell you their name. You smile, say hello. The next day, it's gone. Why? Because one exposure isn't enough. Your brain didn't tag it as important. Now imagine this. You see that person again the next day. Then again, at work. Then again, they comment on your Instagram. Suddenly, their name becomes easy to remember. That's natural spaced repetition at work. The more often something appears in your life, the more your brain saves it. That's why reviewing in spaced intervals is the fastest way to remember anything. The spaced repetition formula that actually works. Here's how to use repetition like a memory expert. Let's say you learn a new concept today. This is how you should review it. Day 1, first review, right after learning. Day 2, second review. Day 4, third review. Day 7, fourth review. Day 14, fifth review. Day 30, final review. Each time, your brain strengthens the neural pathway. You go from short-term memory to long-term knowledge. This technique works for vocabulary, concepts, formulas, skills, anything really. And yes, it's scientifically proven to work. Use tools to help you repeat smarter. You don't have to manage all this manually. There are amazing tools that do it for you. Apps like Anki, Quizlet, Brainscape, Memrise. They show you flashcards or questions just before you're about to forget them. That's called active recall plus spaced repetition, the most powerful duo in learning science. These tools adjust based on your performance. If something's easy, it waits longer. If something's hard, it comes back sooner. It's personalized, it's smart, and it saves you tons of time. Don't fear repetition, design it into your life. We avoid repetition because we think it's boring. But repetition doesn't have to be dull. It can be designed beautifully. Here's how. Change the format each time. First, read the notes. Second, explain to a friend. Third, do a quiz. Fourth, write a summary. Fifth, use it in real life. Space it into your schedule. Use morning reviews. 10 minutes before sleep. Quick review during lunch. Make it part of something fun. Create a challenge. Review 5 flashcards before coffee. Use stickers, points, or apps to track progress. Join a friend and quiz each other. When repetition feels playful and purposeful, you won't skip it. Review in different contexts. That's real learning. Let's say you learn the phrase on cloud 9. It means extremely happy. You read it in a book. Great. You write it in your notebook. Awesome. Now what? Use it in different ways. Say, I was on cloud 9 after passing my test. Text your friend. You're on cloud 9 today, huh? Think it silently. After that meal, I'm on cloud 9. Each use in a different context makes the memory stronger. Repetition isn't just repeating the same task. It's repeating the same idea in new ways. That's how the brain says, this is flexible, this is useful, let's keep it. Why slower, repeated learning beats fast, one-time learning. We often admire people who learn quickly. But here's the truth. Fast learning is not the same as lasting learning. If you rush through a book and forget it next week, did you really learn it? Slow, deep, repeated learning might feel boring at first, but it gives you something that lasts a lifetime. It's like going to the gym. Doing one intense workout doesn't make you strong, but steady, consistent effort, repeated weekly, changes everything. The same goes for learning. How great minds mastered through repetition. Albert Einstein read the same physics book over 10 times. Bruce Lee practiced one kick 10,000 times. Mozart repeated music drills for years before composing masterpieces. They didn't try to know everything. They mastered the basics through focused, patient repetition. You don't need to be a genius. You just need a system and the courage to revisit things again and again until it sticks. Make your own memory bank. Here's a powerful idea you can try today. Create a memory bank. It can be a notebook, a Google Doc, a set of flashcards, a whiteboard on your wall. Every time you learn something important, add it to the bank. Then, review it once a week. Pick 5 items a day to test. Track what you forget and revisit it. This keeps your mind sharp. You'll be amazed at how quickly your knowledge grows when you keep investing in it. Final thought. Repetition isn't a step back. It's the leap forward. Many people see repetition as going in circles, but that's not true. Repetition is a spiral staircase. Each time you come back, you rise higher. You don't repeat because you're failing. You repeat because you're mastering. So the next time you feel tired of reviewing, remember this. Repetition isn't boring. Repetition is beautiful. It's the sign that you're becoming great. Every flashcard, every quiz, every review, every rewatch, they are bricks in the foundation of your success. So build wisely, build with joy, and keep repeating until your knowledge becomes part of who you are. Part 4. Your environment is your silent teacher. Make it work for you. Let me ask you something simple. Where do you usually learn? At your desk? On your bed? In a noisy cafe? Now ask this. How often do you get distracted there? Here's a truth most people ignore. Your learning environment silently shapes your success. It either supports your focus or steals it away. You can have the best books, the best memory, the best techniques, but if your environment works against you, you'll always struggle to learn faster. Today, let's transform your space into a powerful ally. Your brain craves order. Give it structure. Imagine walking into a messy kitchen. Plates everywhere. Crumbs on the table. No clean cups. Now imagine trying to cook. Do you feel inspired? Probably not. The same thing happens with your brain. When your learning space is chaotic, your mind becomes scattered. Clutter creates stress. It drains your mental energy. It whispers, I can't focus. That's why a tidy space creates a tidy mind. Try this. Clear your desk before studying. Put only what you need in front of you. Use a clean notebook or digital tool. Turn off tabs and notifications. This simple reset can give you hours of extra focus. Distractions are the enemy of speed. Your phone buzzes. A message pops up. Your email flashes. You tell yourself, I'll just check quickly. But it's never quick. Each distraction costs you time, energy, momentum. Studies show it takes 23 minutes to refocus after a distraction. Now think how many times you lose 23 minutes in a day. Want to learn faster? Protect your attention like it's gold. Try these tactics. Turn your phone on airplane mode. Use browser blockers like Freedom or Cold Turkey. Study in short sprints, Pomodoro technique. Tell others you're in a focus zone. Your brain can't multitask well, but it can go deep when given silence. Sound can boost or break your focus. Some people need silence to think. Others focus better with music. So what's best? Answer. It depends on you. But here are some powerful tips. Use instrumental music to avoid lyrics that distract. Try lo-fi beats, classical or ambient soundscapes. Use apps like Brain.fm or Noise Live for focus-enhancing sounds. Avoid songs with words during reading or writing. Use silence if music overwhelms you. Also, try sound masking. White noise, fan noise, or rain sounds. These block distractions and help your mind relax. Experiment until you find your rhythm. Once you do, you'll feel like focus flows naturally. Lighting affects your energy. Use it wisely. Your brain loves natural light. Sunlight tells your body, it's time to be alert, let's go. If you study in a dark room, your body may feel sleepy, even if your mind is ready. Tips for better lighting. Sit near a window if possible. Use warm white light for comfort. Use cool white light for alertness and reading. Avoid blue light from screens at night. It affects sleep. You can even use smart bulbs to adjust brightness and color depending on the time of day. Light isn't just about seeing. It's about feeling awake and focused. Comfort matters, but not too much. Your chair, your desk, your posture, they all impact your brain. If you're too comfortable, like studying in bed, your body relaxes. too much, you might feel sleepy or unfocused. But if you're too uncomfortable, you fidget, adjust, and get distracted. Aim for balance. Sit in a chair that supports your back. Keep your screen at eye level. Use a table at the right height for writing or typing. Take breaks to stretch every 30-45 minutes. Your body sends signals to your brain. When your posture says, "I'm ready," your mind follows. Time is part of the environment too. Learning faster isn't just about where, it's also about when. Some people are sharp in the morning. Others come alive at night. Observe your energy. Ask yourself, when do I feel most alert? When do I feel sleepy or distracted? When can I avoid interruptions? Try to schedule learning during your peak hours. Also, create rituals. Study at the same time each day. Use a timer to start and finish. Begin with a short focus routine. Breathe deeply. Clear your space. Set an intention. I'm learning now. Routines tell your brain, it's learning time. Let's get to work. Mood and environment are linked. Create a space you love. Your learning space should inspire you. Add small touches that lift your mood. A plant, a quote on the wall, a candle or essential oil, a clean mug of tea or coffee. The goal isn't perfection. It's positive energy. When you enjoy your space, you return to it more often. And consistency is what leads to mastery. Think of your space as a friend. It supports you, encourages you, makes you feel safe to grow. Mobile learners. Build a flexible focus zone. Not everyone has a perfect desk. Maybe you travel. Maybe you work from cafes or libraries. That's okay. You can still create mental environments for learning. Try this. Use noise-canceling headphones. Carry a small study kit. Notebook, pen, charger. Save lessons offline to avoid Wi-Fi distractions. Have a set playlist that triggers focus mode. Train your brain like this. When I play this music, I study. When I open this notebook, I focus. Wherever you go, your habits go with you. That's powerful. Consistency beats motivation. Build a learning habit. Motivation is great, but it comes and goes. You don't need to feel motivated to study. You need a system. Here's a simple one. Set a trigger. After breakfast, I study for 20 minutes. Create a space, quiet, clean, and ready. Use a timer. 20 minutes work, 5 minutes rest. Reward yourself. After 3 sessions, I get a break. Track your wins. Use a calendar or habit app. The key is to make it so easy. You don't need willpower. Over time, it becomes automatic. Like brushing your teeth, like tying your shoes, like becoming smarter on autopilot. Final thought? You don't need a perfect space, just one that works for you. Let me tell you this. You don't need a fancy office. You don't need perfect furniture. You don't need silence 24/7. But you do need intention. And you do need consistency. Build a space, physical or mental, where learning feels good, where you feel calm, where your mind can breathe, stretch, and focus. Because your environment isn't just where you learn, it's who you become while learning. So choose wisely and build a space that helps you rise. Part 5. The secret sauce to lifelong learning. Mindset and consistency. Let's start with one powerful truth. The way you think about learning determines how far you'll go. Not your IQ, not your grades, not your talent. It's your mindset and how consistently you show up. In this final part, we'll uncover how a small shift in mindset can change your entire learning journey and how simple consistency can take you further than motivation ever will. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Which one are you using? Imagine 2 students trying to learn a new skill. Let's say, playing the guitar. One struggles to press the strings. He frowns and says, "I'm just not musical. This isn't for me." The other also struggles, but she smiles and says, "This is hard, but I'll get better if I keep practicing." That's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes, I'm either smart or I'm not. If I fail, it means I'm not good enough. If something is hard, I should give up. But a growth mindset believes, I can get better through effort. Mistakes help me grow. The more I try, the more I improve. Now ask yourself, which one sounds like you? Because here's the good news. You can choose a growth mindset right now, and that choice changes everything. Struggle is not failure. It's proof you're learning. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall and fall again and again. Do we say, "Oh, she failed. She's not meant to walk"? Of course not. We smile. We cheer. Because we know struggle is part of learning. But as adults, we forget that. We expect to succeed fast. We fear looking foolish. We avoid hard things. And that stops us from growing. So next time you struggle, say this to yourself. This means I'm learning. This is part of the process. The people who learn fastest aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who keep going when it gets hard. Perfectionism is a trap. Progress is the goal. Perfection sounds nice, but in learning, it's a dangerous lie. Perfection says, don't start unless it's perfect. Don't speak unless it's fluent. Don't try unless you're sure you'll win. And so, we don't start. We don't speak. We don't try. But progress? Progress says, start messy. Learn out loud. Improve one step at a time. Learning is not a straight road. It's a dance. Sometimes forward, sometimes sideways, sometimes a little back, but always moving. Choose progress, not perfection. Small steps, every day beat giant leaps. Once in a while. Let me tell you a secret. Consistency is more important than intensity. Imagine this. One person studies 5 hours on Sunday only. Another studies 30 minutes a day, every day. After 1 week, maybe not much difference. After 1 month, a bit clearer. After 6 months, the daily learner is flying ahead. Why? Because small, consistent effort compounds over time. It builds habit, confidence, memory, momentum. Even if you only study 15 minutes a day, if you do it every day, you'll be unstoppable. How to stay consistent, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is great when it shows up, but some days, it's gone. And if you rely on motivation alone, your progress will stop. So how do you stay consistent? Here are powerful tools. 1. Make it a routine. Same time, same place. Your brain starts expecting it. 2. Start small. Don't say, I'll study 2 hours. Say, I'll study for 5 minutes. Starting is the hard part. After that, momentum kicks in. 3. Track it. Use a habit tracker. Mark a calendar. Each mark motivates you to keep the streak alive. 4. Forgive slip-ups. If you miss a day, don't miss 2. Restart gently. No shame, just action. 5. Remind yourself why. Put your why on your wall. I'm learning English to get that job. I want to understand movies without subtitles. I'm doing this for my future. Your why will pull you forward. When your willpower fades, celebrate small wins. They build big momentum. Finished a chapter? Celebrate. Learned 5 new words? Smile. Showed up even when tired? You're a hero. Why? Because your brain loves rewards. Celebration tells your brain, this feels good, let's do it again. Even a fist pump, a happy dance, a check mark, or a well done out loud can give you a boost. Big goals are reached by celebrating small steps, step by step, brick by brick. That's how confidence is built. Lifelong learners don't stop. They evolve. Learning isn't something you finish. It's something you become. Lifelong learners. Ask questions every day. Stay curious, not just correct. Keep an open mind. Try new skills, even at 60. See mistakes as feedback, not failure. They don't stop because they're tired. They rest, then continue. They don't give up because it's slow. They smile and say, I'm still growing. And that's who you can be, right now, starting today. Final conclusion. You are built to learn. Always. Let's breathe together. Inhale. Exhale. You've made it to the end of this journey. And maybe now, you see learning differently. It's not about being born smart. It's about learning how to learn and choosing to never stop. You've learned how your brain works, how active learning makes things stick, how repetition builds memory, how your environment supports success, and how mindset plus consistency create unstoppable momentum. But here's the most important thing. You are not a finished product. You are a masterpiece in progress. Every time you show up, even for 5 minutes, you become stronger, wiser, more powerful. So don't wait. Don't doubt. Don't give up. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Thank you for learning with me. I believe in you. Now go and learn anything you want. Faster, deeper, brighter. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop believing in the power of your mind. This is Accent Podcast. See you in the next episode.